everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Today, I am going to be covering the core finale of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War. This is the end of core number 2, which covers episodes 25 and 26. And man, I gotta say, this was amazing. Such a good episodes. It was so good. You got the fight between the Stern Raiders and the Royal Guard. You essentially got two of them. And you got the fight between Ichibei and Yuhaba. I really want to start with the initial fight between the Stern Raider Royal Guards and the Squad Zero members. You get to see the one... oh man, I'm drawing a blank on what his name is, but basically he is putting up a really good fight against our Etsu, and basically drinking his blood. So then he cuts his neck. I thought that was super cool. Just all that blood gushing and flying everywhere, and then he can come back because of the Tenjiro basically puts in all new blood for him. I thought that was really cool, seeing all the Royal Guard members work together to be able to defeat the Stern Raiders. All the Stern Raiders lose, and then they jump back to the fight between Ichibei and Yuhaba. You get Yuhaba that says Ichibei is going to die in 3 steps. I think that's what he said. And Ichibei tells him he's not going to get past this area. Thought it was really cool. Then just Ichibei's Zanpakuto is really interesting because it's a brush and a sword at the same time. His abilities were really cool. He basically marked Yuhaba, and then Yuhaba can't use his arms, and I really loved that fight. Then you have more of the fight. It was just so good. In the second episode, you get basically more fights. You get the Ashwallen. So if you remember from, I want to say it was Core 1, talking about how essentially Yuhaba steals all the power and the souls from the non-worthy Stern Raiders. So basically everybody that was in the Soul Society appears to have died due to that, and he can resurrect his own Stern Raiders of essentially his choosing. So then the 6 Stern Raiders that are with him all get resurrected. They essentially get to store all the power that was stolen, so they're even stronger. That was really cool. You get individual fights between all of the Royal Guard and Squad Zero. That was really awesome to see. You kind of get to see them go all out. They're not doing a very good job, we'll just put it that way, as far as the Squad Zero is concerned, because they're not doing a really good job as far as Squad Zero is concerned, because while they're kind of holding their own, it's not doing very well. The most badass part of the 2 episodes is when you have the 3 Squad Zero members kill themselves, and you've got Shen Jamaru. She's talking about how they essentially are fighting on a handicap because they're so strong that they would shake heaven and earth. And then she puts her 800-letter Bankai out there. So visually amazing. I love how they basically bring out the personalities of the Soul Reapers and their abilities, because just seeing this weave, not a weave, but her abilities, and then she's got a separate ability for all of these Stern Ritters that she's going against, because she battles all 6 at once with her Bankai. And I did love the fact that you saw heaven and earth shaking when she releases her Bankai. It was really cool to see that one. And all of the other Stern Ritters are now frozen etched into these cloth materials. Really cool. No idea how they're going to get out of that one. But then you jump back to the fight with Ichibei and Yuhaba. Ichibei is getting a little more serious. He starts bringing out his little Zanpato, and then he talks about how he has a Bankai, and he calls it by its original name because his sword is so old that his Bankai was a Bankai before it was called Bankai. So I thought that was really cool. It was really awesome to see. He essentially marks up Yuhaba, turns him all black, and then says his true ability, which is he can name things. I thought that was really cool. And he renames Yuhaba a black ant, essentially saying he's going to crush him. And then he does. He kicks him down and then does his prayer slap thing. And it was super cool to see. And that's pretty much the episode. I do want to give a little bit of talking about as far as the ending credits. So one of the ending credits in the first episode, you see all the Visors come in and talking about how they were actually supposed to wait, or Hat and Claws was supposed to wait for the Visors to come. And basically he's like, I couldn't let him wait for the good of the Soul Society, essentially. So it was really interesting. You see Yororichi's sister, interesting as well. And then the second closing that you see, it was weird. It was super weird. The cone thing, not quite sure what to make of it. I was like, okay, alrighty then. Sure. Yep, that's what's happening. So, all in all, this cour was fantastic again. I would probably say this was better than cour number 1. I would have to rewatch cour number 1 to really decide after watching cour number 2, but it was amazing. Definitely top tier animation. And unfortunately, we got to wait till next year for cour number 3. But there is already a trailer out for cour number 3. If anybody wants to watch it, you can just Google our YouTube cour 3 Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, and it will show up. It's there. No audio, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's good. It's a good teaser. I kind of wish I would have waited to see it until closer to cour number 3 because I want it to be here already. But that's all I got for this episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Please make sure to check out the Anime Show on Facebook and Instagram. Also, please subscribe to us. Drop us a like. Let us know what you thought of Bleach 1000-Year Blood War cour number 2 as a season, and then just these last 2 episodes. Have a good one, everyone.